Hi everybody, Lauren and Chris here for our third video for DIY art. Today we will be working on abstract printmaking, painting type of art making. There you go. So what you will have in your box this week, you're actually going to get this box top is what your materials are going to come in. You're going to have paper, a whole mess of paper. You're going to have paints in these bottles. Surprisingly, you guys, prescription drug bottles are great for keeping paint because they are airtight and they keep the paint from drying out. So, helpful tip. You should all have three colors, red, yellow, and blue, which are the primary colors. And then you can mix them to make different colors. So, but right now, what I'm going to do is show you kind of one abstract way of doing printmaking. We have rubber balls in some paint, and we are going to kind of show you what we're thinking about doing here. All right, so, boop.
So Dania might be able to really speak to this because she did a project like this, but instead of, so she's just picking it up and rolling it. You see that she did a little bit of the back and forth, but now she's going a little bit of everywhere. And it looks like the ball's running out of paint a little bit, but I still like...
Get it in the middle.
So she's trying to hit that wet spot of paint in the middle.
There you go.
To get it to spread around more.
So,
yeah, this is a really fun lesson. And if you look, you can see the early lines are really dark, but then there's some really lighter lines. So don't be afraid to really roll it around for a bit.
Ooh, I'm going to use blue next, because blue and yellow make green, and green is my favorite color.
Yeah, so before we do the lesson, we'll review some of the color mixing we can do. So there, she put it down gently so it doesn't leave a big mark. And there it goes. So this is just like a normal bouncy ball.
And you guys will all have this in your kits.
Oh, I'm looking forward to see some of those areas where we might get green. I see a couple. I think you managed to go over a yellow line perfectly with the blue.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
So what's cool too is you can see that the area where it went off the paper, that won't show up on the paper, but it will look really coordinated because it will come back on. Oh, okay, now she's going to drop a red on. So she didn't drop them all in the middle. She picked a couple different areas, which is good because that spreads the weight around.
Remember, the weight is how your eye sees where your eye goes in the picture. We talked about that, I think, in our first class.
Ooh, she just got some blue on there, so red and blue will make...
Purple.
Purple.
Sorry. Alright. Alright, I'm done.
Alright. So that's the first part, guys. Okay, so here's the other thing that we're going to do. We're going to use a string kind of as a brush. So what Lauren's done is she has the string taped to the table like that, and then she painted on it with a paintbrush actually to get these different colors. So she just laid it down flat, and then with that pull you get this cool sweep. So it all goes up to that corner. So this would be a really fun way to like make a horizon, do something else. And now just gonna do like a double helix.
Didn't work.
Then so it did give a little bit of that like light color on the side. So If you want more pronounced color, like she's going to do right now, she's going to paint it again. So she's painting directly on the string. And when you do this, make sure that you don't have any blobbies that hang on the bottom. No Klingons. And then she's going to get a little bit more there too.
Plop.
And that looks cool, that little splat. The other thing too is this is all abstract. So if you want to get some of that detail, we can definitely splash things on. So she'll go and do that again. So she laid it on a different area. Now she's pulling it. Ooh. So what she did was she held her finger there, and then you can see it pooled up. This is looking like kind of like a bouquet of flowers to me a little bit. So she's going to do it again, just drape it around. She's going to pull off from a different angle. Let it draw across it. Oh, that little splatter it did was cool. Lauren, pluck it like a guitar string over it. So that's another way we can do it too. So the point of this lesson is for us to really play around with the medium, and our last lesson will be combining everything. So imagine doing this and getting your background and then following it up with a stamp or some of that paint technique. I just noticed that coming up on the camera, you really can't see, but it's purple and blue. And it definitely, it kind of looks like petals to me. So we'll get one more demo ready here in a second, and we'll show that one to you guys soon. Okay, so Lauren actually had a spare toothbrush. So this is going to be another one of those fun lessons where we can use some of those found materials. So think of something. Definitely don't use the toothbrush you brush your teeth with. If you have
an old one, or a spare one.
Yeah, and she's loading up the bristles with some paint. She just knocked a little bit off, and now she's going to...
I don't know the correct way to do this.
Oh, getting a little bit of that spray. So this is kind of like... Oh, wow. And this one will get messy when you do this technique. So only do this if you have your drop. Wow. There you go.
But I'm covered in paint.
So yeah, this is a messy one, and you would save this technique to do at the end. Because then you have to go do a bunch of cleanup. So look at... Or...
Please hold.
Okay, so Lauren actually grabbed a shape. She got a piece of paper in the shape of a circle. You can see that in the corner. And now she wiped off her brush. She didn't clean it, she just wiped it off. So we're going to get a little bit of a color mixture. And now she's spreading it around the edge of the circle so we would have some blockage of it. Kind of like a stencil. Ooh, got some nice splatters on the one side. And since she did yellow and blue, this is actually coming out as green. She's got a green thumb right now. And like I said, this part's messy. But this that shape in the way is going to block it. So none of the green is going to get below it. So we'll kind of give it its own shape in itself. There we go. So you want to, the way you move your fingers, it will spray that way. So she's moving it away from the brush. So it will do the opposite. It's spraying towards the brush.
anything. Or you can do this.
Yep. Use it as a form of a stamper. There we go. And the circle is in the way, so when she removes it, look at that. So now what's really cool is my eye's drawn to that side because, whoa, there's like missing over there. So this lesson can get really messy, but this one's a lot of fun. We're just playing with abstract, so that's not with a paintbrush necessarily, it's with other things. So every time you hear an ooh, Lauren's jumping out of her chair and running to get something because she's thinking of all these found materials around her house. So she used first a paper circle, and now she got a toilet paper roll, so a cardboard roll. And this is going to be kind of similar to our stamping, but with a found item. So she just dipped the edge in that, and then you get those circles. And she can deform them too. She can squeeze the tube a little bit, and then
I'll make a heart.
She's going to make a heart stamp by smushing in the top part.
I'll try to.
And that we're going to give you enough paper where you can play around with this in different ways.
Didn't work. I'm covered in paint.
So definitely try things out.
Nope, didn't work. Now it just looks like an amoeba, guys. Okay, I'm done.
There you go. So keep in mind the items you can use around your house. We're going to give you string and the balls, but if you guys have anything else, make sure you check with somebody before you take something like a toothbrush in case that's their only toothbrush. But consult with your parents, consult with whoever else is in your house, and make sure you're not grabbing anything important, and then we'll have a lot of fun with this.